Hi guys, my name is Elisa Gallios and I wanted to come at you live right now with some things that you should watch for if you've set some goals this year, if you've been trying to tackle those, or really no matter when you're catching this video, whether it's 2020, 2021, just know that there are some specific things that you need to make sure you're on the watch for when you set specific goals, right? So often we are going to be talking about, as a human race, right, especially here in America, talking about goals, talking about visions for our year, right? We're going to be talking about the desires of our hearts and the things that we really hope that we can achieve every year. But there are a couple traps. And these are things that I've fallen into myself, not just as a human, but also as a business leader, as a mom. So often I've clung to that verse in Psalm 37, delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. And I've looked at that and I've always placed a by-when. So I've thought, if I chase after God, if I tell him what my goals are, and if I start working toward those goals, I will achieve the desires of my heart. And then what's really funny is because we've decided as a society that we have to have a by-when, right? Or a measurable goal that we can achieve by a certain date, I add the by-when. So I will get the desires of my heart by, July 2020 or by December 2020. I remember back when I first started working on my book, I decided my book is going to be on the shelves before I turn 30. I had all these things in place where I felt like God had promised me something, and then I added a by-when or an expiration date to that goal. So what I wanted to challenge you to do today, and I am going to keep this short, but when you look at your goals for the year, not just for 2020, but even for the next 5 years or the next decade or for the rest of your life, whatever those goals are, whatever your bucket list looks like, instead of attaching a by-when, instead of thinking when you would like these things to happen and trying to control them and put them in your own timeline, please hand them over to his timing, okay? Not my timing, but his timing. It can be so hard to do, you guys, but truthfully, when you're able to surrender the timing of things, when you're able to really trust that God is working for you, not against you, that the universe is slanted in your favor to make the desires of your heart come true, when you do that, but you don't attach a timeline. I even go to the extreme. I don't even attach it to this lifetime, right? I like to think in terms of eternity. At some point, I know that God will delight in giving me the desires of my heart as long as I continue to delight in him, right? That makes it so much more about the process. It makes it so much more about the journey. So what it's about, instead of just setting that far off goal, think about who are you going to become in the process of trying to achieve that goal. Instead of thinking about what you want to achieve, who do you want to become, right? And make it more about finding joy in the journey instead of just reaching that end goal, right? If you think more about really finding something that you enjoy about the process, instead of just thinking, I'll be happy when. I'll be happy when, if it's you're trying to start a new health journey and you're like, I'll be happy when I look this certain way or fit into this certain size jean. Or if you're trying to create a better relationship with someone or create a relationship at all, a deep, meaningful relationship, and you're like, I'll be happy when I get married, or I'll be happy when my husband and I's, relationship is cleared up, or I'll be happy when I get that promotion, or when my business reaches 6 figures, or whatever it is, right? Figure out how to find and enjoy the process instead of just what that process will produce, right? And if you let go of the by-when, if you kind of release the how of how you're going to get there and trust God with that part of it, trust him with the timing, then you can really dive in, you guys, and it doesn't matter how long it takes, right? It doesn't matter. It took me years and years and years to get the Made for Brave book on the shelf, right? Like years longer than I thought it was going to take. It took my business 3 to 4 years of working day in and day out every single day to make it feel successful, right? It's taken me decades to get close to my Creator, to a place where I can truthfully enjoy my time with Him, crave Him, be with Him, honestly, His presence all day long, right? That took so much time. But because I enjoyed that process, I kept going. So if you can enjoy the process as you go, you will eventually reach those desires, right? But if you hate the process, right? If you hate building your business, if you hate everything about what it takes to become healthy, you're never going to reach that goal. You're going to crap out before you get there, to be completely honest, right? That's what happens to all of us. So you have to find the things that set you on fire, that are on the way to your end result, okay? So be able to put those things in His hands, know that and trust, right? That that's the best thing. That's the best way for you to get what you want. And my last little bit of tidbit here of motivation is something that I've actually had pasted to. It was like a little quotation that I wrote down on a little Post-it note, and I taped it to my laptop, and it's been there now between my laptop, my computer, for almost 5 years. And it's that you need to work like your goals are completely up to you, but then you need to pray as if they're completely up to God. So be able to put in that work. Don't expect God to hand you everything. You have to work toward your goals, but realize that if you can work toward your goals and also let go of the end result and hand that over to God, then you're set, not just for 2020, but for life. So wanted to give you guys that little motivation. Remind you that this is all incremental, like our improvements. Nobody goes from A to Z. And if you're catching me even right here, I'm in the middle of my journey, right? I didn't start with this mindset when I started my business, or even started my goals, or started my book. But I've learned along the way that these incremental changes, as long as you're putting in that work, you guys, that can produce a huge result, as long as you don't give up, as long as you keep going. So give me a like if that helps you. Let me know what your goals are so that I can support you and cheer you on. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.